What's up? Good morning. Welcome. It is time to rise and shred. You know me. I'm already hanging out, but I'm hanging out with probably one of my best friends, one of the people that I absolutely am inspired by, mentored by, Mr. Jacob Gaffney of Gaffney and Austin joining me this morning. You see him every single morning here on Rise and Shred. I'm so excited to have him. We have got some very, very big things talking about this morning, but most of all, we are continuing our show from last week about sharing hope, and we have some very, very special guests. We have Molly Dowdy joining us, who you're not going to want to miss her story, and we've got the one, the only Christopher Griffith joining us this morning. And if you have not seen him, ladies and gentlemen, he has a pretty big story to share himself. Jacob, good morning. You ready to rise and shred, brother?
Let's do this, man.
Brother, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to rise and shred. Hi, Jacob. Let's dive into this real quick. We have got a lot of big stories to talk about this morning. Let's just be honest. It was kind of a crazy week last week.
Yeah.
We're excited to get into some of the sharing hope stories. But before we get into that, there were some really interesting things that went down with Wells Fargo. Let's kind of chat about this, brother.
So, we've seen economists in weeks saying that the stimulus checks and vaccines, they're going to really promote consumer lending. The economy is going to get back going again. Unemployment's going to begin to get lower and lower. Next year, probably return to pre-pandemic levels. Okay, they've been saying that. We've been like, yeah, great, put it in Rise and Shred. Oh, yeah, it's okay, it's good. Now we have the major lenders, the big guys, coming out on record and saying, yeah, this is happening, which are the people who actually run these bank accounts, okay? They're actually seeing, before the stimulus hit, consumer spending was on the rise. Now that the stimulus is coming, the CEO of Wells Fargo has gone on the record, Charlie Scharf. It can be hard to keep up. They keep changing them. But Charlie Scharf has come out and said that they expect third and fourth quarter economic numbers to be through the roof from a consumer spending perspective. So things are going great. Get vaccinated, wear your mask where businesses require, and we will get this thing back up and running.
Sweet. Well, only time will tell, right, Jacob?
That's right.
Only time will tell. Well, this is just one of the many stories that we're going to be sharing. We're going to be talking about some more stories here shortly. But Jacob, you and I last week, we were kind of talking about this idea of going above and beyond the Call of Duty, really being able to give back to our communities. And we have two stories in particular today that you and I are very, very excited to be having join us this morning. This Rise and Shred is just not you and I, Jacob. There's so much more. It goes back into the community. We are the daily diary of this industry. But when it comes to sharing these stories, helping others, we're excited to share some more stories.
Actually, everyone on the show is better than me this morning. So I got to tell you, okay? Like, wow.
Look at that handsome devil right there. We've got Molly, of course, joining us, the beautiful Molly Dowdy of next. And then we have, I don't know who this guy is. It looks like Chris Griffith a little bit. But for the most part, what is going on here? Ladies and gentlemen, we're so excited. Again, as we were saying last week, we were sharing messages of hope. Shred, we're all about the hustle here. We love to show up, hustle, repeat every day. But more than ever, it is time to share hope, repeat every day. And Mr. Christopher Griffith, if you guys haven't seen this on social media, I'm going to share my screen real quick, because if you all remember, you can see that man with the beard. And this is somebody who can actually say he has a 6-figure beard at this point in his life. But Chris, you had the opportunity to donate, to really do something special. We've been talking about sharing hope. You had the opportunity to do something. So for those who don't know the story, maybe give a little background on the story and share what you did over this last weekend.
Yeah, so first of all, thank y'all for having me on. Incredible people that I could be a part of, including y'all here. I've known many of you for quite some time now. Molly, just getting to know you here today. But yeah, so real quick synopsis. This weekend, we had a pretty cool event from our community in the mortgage industry, and it showed up in a different kind of way, where I think love was the tenant tone, community was the tone that was probably most present in the way that each showed up as individuals, desiring nothing but to deliver and offer value. Was the unique feature, I think, that made it present. And Equity Prime's leadership really ought to get some props for doing things differently, I think, in this case. And my AirPods just beeped at me, so they're going to die here in a minute, but I'll switch up when they do. So what happened basically was my wife came out. We'd been visiting a whole bunch. Eddie Perez, I've known for a long time, has a pretty cool, unique heart. We were standing out there after about a 45-minute long discussion about, I don't even remember now at this point. He looks at me, kind of half cocks a grin, and he says, "Hey, man, what would it take to get you to shave your beard?" And I looked at him, looked at my wife, I looked back at him. I said, $100,000 to Sox Place, my favorite charity. He said, "Done." I looked back at my wife, and I'm not going to say what I was thinking or what probably the football word that was probably visible on my face. And the first thing I thought was, God, I should have 200. What have I done? I didn't think that something that I desired, and it actually worked to posture towards privately. I didn't think that something like that was even ridiculously significant. You can never overestimate the virtual unimportance of practically everything, and nothing can be an exceptionally valuable thing when you're around the right people. And so one of my communities smashed and merged into another of my communities, and what happened was an incredibly cool, unique, and dare I say beautiful thing. And so all these people out here saying nice stuff about me, y'all don't get it twisted. I am a little bit not the thing that y'all are all thinking right now, and that's good because I'm wearing camouflage. Hopefully they don't see me. I'll blend in here and plain sight. But the result of it, I think, in total, at this point, over $200,000 raised for Sox Place.
Wow.
So, real quick, the significance. For 18 years, this father and son led ministry that simply showed up to bring socks to the kids that lived under the overpasses back in the day, and started feeding 2 hot meals a day, and then providing clothes and hygiene items and bras and underwear and clean clothes, so that if they got a job, that the dirty smelling clothes were not a problem with them keeping a job, because you can never appreciate the difficulty. I can never even of what it takes once you're there to get out. And to all of you out there that think the homeless are homeless because they're lazy or something else, they think laziness or something's the lowest common denominator. Here's the thing that you all need to understand. Parents, bad parents, are the lowest common denominator to homelessness. And if you think anything else, I challenge you to get involved with it personally with the kids. And tell me why you think differently, and I promise you I'll give you an opportunity to prove it. But this ministry, for the first time in 18 years, they're not worried at the 15th of the month how on earth they're going to keep feeding kids on the 1st of the month. For the first time in 18 years, because of the incredible outpouring of our community, Josh, that you're a part of, Jacob, Molly, all of you, and all of the people here watching, because of y'all, not me, because of y'all, and how often do I quit the stupid stuff, Josh? And someone else heard my stupid thing and took advantage of it. Thank God you took advantage of what everyone thought was significant to me. You better pray that no one asked me for $1 million for Sox Place for my pinky toe on stage, because I'm telling you,
because it's going down.
All, and
it's
you're really
going
to understand how much of a whack job I just might be for the right cause. And that was the significance of this event.
And that it was so significant. And if you guys want to learn more about the Sox Place, Dallas just posted the link below. And again, watching, you actually had Jordan from the Sox Place on your live when you did this. I watched it live and I was like, oh my gosh, this is such an amazing cause. And this is exactly why we were so excited, because this was what Jacob and I talked about. We were talking about just local restaurants giving back in a small way, doing an extra tip here and there. But you, again, went above and beyond this Call of Duty. Chris, you are one of those people who has such a kind heart, such a giving heart.
Yeah, but it worries me, Josh.
Why is that?
It worries me because, how often is this kind of nonsense, nothing but a dog and pony show? And to all of you out there that feel that right now, here's what I want to tell you. 903-815-7537. I'm busy. I'm not too busy to encounter that type of mentality, because I pray that you don't miss. I pray you don't miss what happened. The significance of it is it should impact you and cause you to take that level of passion to your communities. Do not cheer and apply anything else other than the fact that maybe for a moment we can all appreciate something that will call us, not drive us, but call us to better. That's the thing I hope no one misses, man. And I think they're going to, because dog and pony show, right?
Yep. Step up, impact the lives of others. Chris, I absolutely love it. We cannot thank you for coming on and sharing your story. I'm so excited to hear more about it. But huge shout out and kudos to you, and for really, like you said, going above and beyond, like actually putting your money where your mouth is. So love it.
One thing real quick, the only case I can positively identify where a beard was worth more to a charity was a guy named Notch. He's a Minecraft gamer, okay? And this cool cat raised just over $500,000 with his beard. And I don't care to be the first for anything. If Socks could be the first for something, that might be a pretty cool thing. But my daughter already got the trophy because she loved my beard more, and that's the one person that I can find who have to do more with his beard. So Notch, I've never met you, brother. I don't know who you are. I read all of the Reddit threads and the comments about how significant your beard was to your image. And dude, you are impressive for not even caring about simple things that are meaningless, brother. Notch,
I love it.
You are.
Love it. Chris, you are the man. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it. You can hang out with us, stay here, but we're going to continue to roll with this idea of sharing hope. And Jacob, we talked about this in Rise&Shred. I'm going to share it here real quick. Hold on just a sec.
Wait, I have to follow that. That's the act I have to follow. I have to follow the beer that raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. I have to come in.
Yep.
And now I have to transition to Molly so seamlessly and be like,
100%.
So,
that's how we roll.
Awkward at all. I'm excited about this, Josh.
Perfect.
I'm not nervous at all.
Let's talk about this because we're going to continue on this message of sharing hope. Yeah. But kind of to segue into that, there was a DA that they needed some extra tips. So let's talk about this real quick as we transition over to Molly.
All right. So, part of it is giving back, right? Obviously, the opposite of that is being greedy. Okay. And I'm not saying anyone in the mortgage industry is being greedy. We're saying you got your stimulus, you got your commissions from last year, become a better tipper. It's the easiest way for those who don't recall. People who work in the service industry are not likely to save that money. They are likely to spend any tip they get, especially cash. So he said, become a better tipper. I gave a few examples how I became a better tipper. There is a associate district attorney who got demoted in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, which is where M. Night Shyamalan lives, where he films a lot of his movies. If you want to know what the kind of suburban area looks like, go look at that great movie with the trees that come alive and kill all the humans. So anyway, he was using the time that he was getting paid for. He was getting paid $125,000 plus per year to prosecute bad guys on behalf of Bucks County, Pennsylvania. And during the day, during that paid time, he was doing DoorDash deliveries.
What?
And when he got demoted and when he was pressed by the press on why are you delivering other people's food when you're supposed to be putting away bad guys and we're giving you 6-figure salary and all that, he could not answer.
No,
he would not be able to answer. It's in today's Rise&Shred. He could not give an answer, but I can only think it's because of the stimulus. The tips had gotten so good.
Oh, right? See,
down just people over tipping. Oh my God, he needed that spending cash.
And that's just it. And which leads us perfectly segues into our good friend Molly Dowdy over at Next. We love having her on the show. She's truly one of those. Honestly, without Molly on the show this morning, it just wouldn't be as bright. It wouldn't be as, her smile just absolutely radiates. It makes me smile and it just brings so much light and energy. So Molly Dowdy, good morning. Thanks for joining us. And with this story that Jacob's talking about, you have a very unique story that I am so excited to share. And I want everybody to think about this. You have stories like Chris, where again, Chris did something amazing, but it's up to every single one of us within our own communities to find these ways. And that's why I'm so excited to share Molly's story. So Molly, good morning. Thanks for joining us this morning. So excited to have you on.
Good morning, guys. Thanks for having me. I was so inspired by Chris's story over the weekend. Congratulations to the whole team at EPM and Chris. That is astonishing. And I think the opportunity to do something so cool, like what he's talking about, he's grown this beard and attached his personality to it. And then he had an amazing opportunity to give back. And I am ready to do that. I think that would be really cool. But what I wanted to come and talk to you today about, last week when Jacob was talking to us about his trip to New Orleans with the family, and he was over tipping, doing like a DIY stimulus situation, and spreading the joy and helping everybody in this pandemic. And so I went on a trip with my family last week, and inspired by Jacob's story, I decided to do a few things and go a little extra. So this is a picture. We went to a small cabin in the Ozarks in Arkansas.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. It was on Beaver Lake, and it was really remote and secluded. Since the pandemic started, we have been really basically at home, and we haven't traveled or gone anywhere in a year. So my 2 daughters and my husband and I, we decided, okay, we can go to an Airbnb, just get out of here for a little bit. So
Love it.
yeah, that's campfire there. We made s'mores. These are my 2 daughters. Hold on here. Let's see. Let me change up.
I'm going to change the image here. Hold on just a sec. Molly, guys, you have to stay tuned. You have to watch. When Molly sent me what she's going to share, I was like, I've got to hear this story. Let's just say we've talked about goats with Christopher Griffith. We're about to talk about bunnies here in just seconds. So you have to, from goats to bunnies, you're not going to want to miss this. Okay, here's this next one.
All right, I snuck in a picture of my 2 daughters, 11 and 13. But you can see it's so important to just get out, unplug with the family for a little bit. So that's what we did last week.
So awesome.
Aren't they cute?
Super cute.
Okay.
Did they eat all those s'mores, Molly?
Did they? Yes, they did.
They're downed them.
Yes, they did. Okay. So these are the things that we did. And these are the things that I think everybody could do, whether you're at home in your own community or if you take just a little trip, even in the pandemic. These are small things that we did that I know made a difference. So every business that we went to, we made sure it was a small, locally owned place. These people are hurting the most. We wanted to give them our business. So we went to a few shops and did some fun things, and we always made sure that it was a locally owned business. Then we tipped 30% across the board for everything we did the whole time we were there.
Okay.
I would love to do more. My husband, he calls himself reasonable, but but there are ways to make up for this, ways that I found out or I thought of on our trip. So this little trip, I wanted to share a special tipping that I did. Are you ready with the video?
I've got it. You ready?
Okay, so we went to this little shop. This bunny works at the shop counter. You gotta work, bunny.
What?
Yes. You give the bunny your money, and the bunny gives you your change. Watch this. Right, it's crazy.
You gotta convert this to Bitcoin for me, Gumbo. Here, let's move it up here a little bit. Get that set up.
What? He gives you everything.
Get it out there. There we go.
That is awesome.
Is that awesome? So of course I put the bunny.
Thank you.
I was gonna say my little girl would like freak out about it. She's like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing, Dad." That is so cool.
Of course, we bought all kinds of stuff we didn't need in there. We took the bunny. We hung out in there forever. So that was cool. But I wanted to tell you guys this little trip. It actually, since we haven't even been out in our own community, it made me miss my own community more. Like what Chris Griffith was talking about and what we were talking about at the beginning of the show, taking it to your hometown and doing things locally. So when I got back, I think every community has this, but if you just look on Facebook, there are groups like single moms of your city, places, local GoFundMes. What I did, there's a group that's public school parents on Facebook in my local community. And there's this woman who is just a saint, and she's known in the community. If you need help as a single mom, you can reach out to her, and she has connections and a network to get you help. And she posts in the Facebook group all the time, single mom, mother of 4, needs help keeping the lights on, and a screenshot of the utility bill. Venmo here.
Wow.
That is an easy thing that we can do that will change people's lives, and most of us won't even notice. So I did that twice this weekend.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. See, that's amazing, Mom. That's what we're so excited to share, because again, you have great stories like Chris. So that's just, again, Amazing. Awesome. But these stories, Molly, that you're sharing, the little tiny ones that they may seem small, they may seem insignificant to us, $100 here and there, covering somebody's light bill, covering somebody's power bill, that literally changes lives. Like that $100, that's actually $200, even tipping a little bit extra, that literally is going to change the life of that person you have are coming in contact with, that you're impacting their life. And I'm so grateful, so very truly grateful, Molly, that you were willing to come on and share those stories. And ladies and gentlemen, everybody part of our audience today listening in, we would love to hear your story. Share your stories. This isn't braggadocious. This isn't patting yourself on the back. This is being able to recognize that you are within your community. You are giving back. And we want to share those. Here at Shred, we're all about sharing hope and repeating every day. Yes, we love the hustle. It's great. It's amazing. But now more than ever, and I honestly feel, and Jacob, you and I have talked about this on the show, but I still think that we're going to see some really tough times to come. And so when we have the opportunity, when we are as blessed as we are, when we're as fortunate as we are, give back. These little things that you're sharing, Molly, is just so very inspiring. Randy Vyers says this: heartwarming stories, so awesome and grateful. I love this by Chris. Hashtag be my neighbor, Molly, I'll help. That's what, see, it's that giving mentality. Everything is small until we unite to grow them together. And that's just it. That's exactly what it is.
I think you have to have a mindset shift. I am ready to give more.
Mm. Yep.
I'm ready now to give more. And you'll see opportunities come up. And some of them may be huge, like Chris's, and some of them are going to be small, like tipping the bunny.
Yep.
But fun.
That little tip for that bunny, I guarantee that's food for months for that little guy. So yeah, see, that's what I mean. You never know, that little extra. Jerry Yoshida says, that's right, Josh. Hashtag share hope, hashtag share the love. And that's exactly what we need, as you have mentioned, Molly, as Chris mentioned, and as Jacob and I continue to share. That's what we're all about within this industry. We want to continue to inspire, to share these messages. Yes, we're all about sharing the news, the things that are important, but at the same time, we want to share hope. We want to continue to inspire and impact the lives of those around us, not only in the mortgage and real estate communities, but in our own communities. So Molly, what an inspire. And that's what you guys are about at Next. You guys continue, you ladies are absolutely, you're leading from the front and you're leading by example. From last month or this last giveaway that you guys did, we had you guys on the show giving back. So that's the mentality we need more of. And again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening today, we'd love for you to share your stories. We would absolutely love to hear them. So Jacob, Molly, what a great way to start our week with sharing a little bit of hope. Shout out, and again, huge thanks to our good friend Chris Griffith, who shared his story as well. But what better way? People sometimes want Motivational Monday. No, we're sharing hope, ladies and gentlemen. We're spreading the love, as Jerry likes to say. We want to continue to help and inspire those around us. So cannot thank everybody. Anything else from Molly? Jacob, anything you want to share as we wrap things up?
Thank you so much for having me on and for inspiring me last week. You changed my whole perspective on my trip and made me change my mindset.
That was all Jacob. This was Jacob's idea. Huge shout out to Jacob Gaffney, because this came from him. And that's why I'm so grateful to have incredible friends like Jacob. That's why we love doing the Rise and Shred every Monday morning. And we try to, within the daily diary, within Rise and Shred every morning, we try to put these little messages of hope, inspiration, and sharing the love anytime that we can. So Molly, thank you so much. Chris, thank you so much. And of course, Mr. Jacob Gaffney, this wouldn't have happened if it weren't for him. So huge shout out to Jacob and everybody involved. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you. We love you. And we hope that you guys can go shred, share hope, repeat every day. We'll see you guys. Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you again so much for joining us for today's show. If you like the content, make sure you hit that like button below. And if you already haven't subscribed to our channel, click right over here and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you want to see our latest video, click over here. And again, if you want to see the best of daily content within the mortgage and real estate industries, you have to subscribe now. We look forward to having you shred with us every single day.